Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style. Introduction. Welcome to the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style. In this video, we will explore how to blend rustic charm with modern sophistication to create a kitchen that feels both inviting and stylish. Whether you live in a quaint cottage or a sleek urban apartment, the principles of rustic vintage design can transform your space into a cozy haven. We will delve into key elements such as color palettes, furniture choices, and decorative accents that embody the essence of timeless style. If you find inspiration in our ideas, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps us bring more creative content to you, and we would love to hear how you plan to incorporate these elements into your own kitchen. So, let's dive into the world of rustic. Key elements of rustic vintage kitchen design. When embarking on your journey to create a rustic vintage kitchen, it's essential to understand the key elements that define this style. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of blending traditional charm with contemporary functionality. One of the most significant aspects is the choice of materials. Natural materials such as reclaimed wood, stone, and metal play a crucial role in achieving that cozy, inviting atmosphere. For instance, using reclaimed wood for cabinets or countertops not only adds character but also tells a story of sustainability. This combination of materials creates a warm backdrop that sets the stage for the rest of your kitchen design. Color palettes are another vital component in the rustic vintage kitchen aesthetic. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using soft, muted colors that evoke a sense of calm and comfort. Shades like creamy whites, soft greens, and muted blues can transform your kitchen into a serene space. These colors work harmoniously with natural materials, enhancing the overall rustic feel. Additionally, incorporating vintage-inspired tiles or backsplashes in subtle patterns can add an element of interest without overwhelming the design. The goal is to create a cohesive look that feels both timeless and contemporary, allowing for a seamless transition between rustic charm and modern elegance. Furniture selection is equally important in the creation of your rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of vintage or antique furniture pieces that serve both functional and aesthetic purposes. A farmhouse table, for example, can act as the centerpiece of your kitchen, inviting gatherings and creating a sense of community. Pairing this with modern seating options, like sleek metal chairs, can create a beautiful contrast that embodies the essence of modern elegance. It's essential to strike a balance between comfort and style, ensuring that each piece contributes to the overall atmosphere of the kitchen. Incorporating decorative accents is the final touch that brings your rustic vintage kitchen to life. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the significance of thoughtful decor choices. Consider adding vintage jars, rustic dishware, or handmade pottery to your shelves. These elements not only serve a functional purpose but also act as decorative focal points that enhance the kitchen's character. Additionally, wall art featuring botanical prints or vintage signs can add personality and charm, creating a space that feels uniquely yours. Remember, the key is to layer these accents in a way that feels curated yet effortless, allowing the beauty of each piece to shine through. Finally, lighting plays a crucial role in the overall ambience of your rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests utilizing a mix of natural and artificial lighting to create a warm and inviting environment. Large windows that allow natural light to flood the space are ideal, as they highlight the beauty of your materials and decor. For artificial lighting, consider using vintage-inspired fixtures such as wrought iron chandeliers or pendant lights that complement the rustic elements of your kitchen. The right lighting not only enhances the aesthetic but also creates a cozy atmosphere, making your kitchen a welcoming space for both cooking and entertaining. Choosing the right color palette. When it comes to designing a rustic vintage kitchen, selecting the right color palette is crucial to achieving the desired ambience. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the use of soft, muted colors that evoke warmth and comfort. Shades such as creamy whites, soft greens, and gentle blues are perfect for creating a serene atmosphere. These colors not only enhance the natural light that fills the space but also complement the rustic materials typically found in vintage kitchens. By opting for a cohesive color scheme, you can set the stage for a kitchen that feels both inviting and timeless. In addition to the primary color choices, it's essential to consider accent colors that can add depth and character to your rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests incorporating earthy tones like terracotta, muted browns, or deep grays as accents. These colors can be introduced through decorative elements such as dishware, textiles, or even painted furniture. By layering these accent colors with your primary palette, you create visual interest and richness in the space. This combination not only enhances the overall aesthetic but also ties together various design elements, making the kitchen feel harmonious and well thought out. Textures also play a significant role in the perception of color within your rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of combining different textures to create a dynamic environment. For instance, pairing smooth, painted cabinets with rustic wooden countertops can create a beautiful contrast that enhances the overall color scheme. Additionally, incorporating textiles like linen or cotton in soft colors for curtains or table linens can soften the look and add warmth. This interplay of textures and colors helps to create a cozy and inviting atmosphere, making the kitchen a welcoming space for gatherings and daily activities. Another aspect to consider is how the color palette can influence the perception of space. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style notes that lighter colors can make a small kitchen feel more expansive, while darker shades can create a more intimate atmosphere. If you have a smaller kitchen, consider using lighter hues on the walls and cabinetry to open up the space visually. Conversely, if your kitchen is larger and you want to create a cozier feel, deeper colors can be strategically used on an accent wall or in smaller areas. This thoughtful approach to color can significantly impact how the kitchen feels and functions. Lastly, it's essential to remember that the color palette should reflect personal style while adhering to the principles of rustic vintage design. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to choose colors that resonate with them and evoke a sense of comfort. Whether you prefer a more traditional palette with warm earth tones or a fresh, modern take with light pastels, the key is to ensure that the chosen colors work cohesively with the overall design. By thoughtfully selecting a color palette that balances rustic charm with modern elegance, you can create a timeless kitchen that feels uniquely yours. Incorporating vintage elements. In the pursuit of creating a rustic vintage kitchen, incorporating vintage elements is essential to achieving that authentic charm. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of selecting pieces that not only add character but also tell a story. Vintage items such as reclaimed wood cabinets, antique furniture, and retro appliances can serve as focal points in your kitchen design. These elements evoke nostalgia and warmth, creating a space that feels lived in and welcoming. By carefully curating vintage finds, you can enhance the overall aesthetic of your kitchen while maintaining its functional qualities. One of the most effective ways to incorporate vintage elements is through furniture selection. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests opting for a farmhouse table or a vintage dining set as the centerpiece of the kitchen. These pieces can be sourced from flea markets, thrift stores, or even family heirlooms. A rustic wooden table, with its unique imperfections and patina, can provide a sense of history and charm that modern furniture often lacks. Additionally, pairing vintage chairs with contemporary elements can create an interesting juxtaposition, blending old and new for a cohesive look that embodies both rustic and modern aesthetics. Another key aspect of the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style is the use of vintage decor. Incorporating items such as old jars, vintage cookbooks, and antique kitchenware can add personality to your kitchen. Open shelving is an excellent way to showcase these decorative pieces, allowing them to become part of the kitchen's design rather than hidden away. Displaying colorful vintage dishware or rustic wooden bowls can create visual interest and break up the monotony of cabinetry. This thoughtful arrangement not only serves a practical purpose but also enhances the overall ambience, making the kitchen feel inviting and personalized. In addition to furniture and decor, vintage lighting fixtures can dramatically influence the atmosphere of your rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the use of fixtures like wrought iron chandeliers, pendant lights with an aged finish, or even vintage-inspired sconces. These lighting choices can add warmth and character, complementing the rustic elements in your kitchen. A well-placed vintage light fixture can serve as a statement piece, drawing the eye upward and enhancing the overall design. By carefully selecting lighting that reflects the vintage theme, you can create a cohesive and inviting environment. Finally, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to embrace imperfections. Vintage elements often come with wear and tear, which adds to their charm and authenticity. Rather than striving for a perfectly polished look, allow the natural beauty of these items to shine through. Embracing the patina of aged wood, the chipped paint on vintage furniture, or the unique character of antique finds can create a space that feels warm and inviting. By integrating these vintage elements thoughtfully, you can achieve a rustic vintage kitchen that beautifully balances cozy cottage aesthetics with modern elegance, resulting in a timeless style that is both functional and visually appealing. Creating a functional layout. When designing a rustic vintage kitchen, functionality is just as important as aesthetics. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the need for a well-thought-out layout that maximizes space and enhances the cooking experience. A functional kitchen layout should consider the work triangle principle, which involves the three primary work areas: the sink, stove, and refrigerator. By arranging these elements in a triangular formation, you can create an efficient workflow that minimizes unnecessary movement and maximizes productivity. This is particularly important in smaller kitchens, where every inch counts, and ensuring ease of movement is essential for an enjoyable cooking experience. Incorporating vintage elements into the layout can also enhance functionality. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using open shelving to store frequently used items within easy reach. This not only keeps the kitchen organized but also allows for decorative displays of vintage dishware and cookbooks. Consider positioning the shelves above the countertop or near the cooking area to create a seamless flow between preparation and storage. Additionally, incorporating a kitchen island can provide extra counter space and serve as a gathering spot for casual meals or conversations. A vintage-style island, perhaps crafted from reclaimed wood, can add character while enhancing the kitchen's functionality. Another critical aspect of creating a functional layout is ensuring adequate storage. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of utilizing every available space for storage solutions. Consider incorporating built-in cabinets that blend with the vintage aesthetic while providing ample storage for pots, pans, and kitchen gadgets. Utilizing vertical space with tall cabinets or overhead racks can also help in maximizing storage. Vintage baskets can be used for organizing smaller items, adding both functionality and charm to the kitchen. By carefully planning storage solutions, you can maintain a clutter-free environment that enhances the overall appeal of the rustic vintage kitchen. Lighting plays a crucial role in both functionality and ambience. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style stresses the importance of layering lighting to create a warm and inviting atmosphere. Task lighting, such as under-cabinet lights, can illuminate work areas, making food preparation safer and more efficient. Ambient lighting, like vintage pendant lights or chandeliers, can add character and warmth to the space, creating an inviting environment for gatherings. By strategically placing various lighting sources, you can enhance the kitchen's functionality while maintaining its rustic charm. Finally, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to personalize their kitchen layout. Incorporating elements that reflect individual style and preferences can make the kitchen feel more like home. Whether it's displaying cherished vintage finds, incorporating a favorite color scheme, or adding personal artwork, these touches can transform a functional space into a warm and inviting environment. By balancing functionality with personal expression, you can create a rustic vintage kitchen that is not only beautiful but also practical, ensuring it serves as a delightful gathering place for years to come. Selecting the right color palette. Choosing the right color palette is a crucial step in achieving the desired aesthetic for your kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of selecting colors that harmonize with the rustic vintage theme while also reflecting personal style. Soft, muted tones such as sage green, dusty blue, and warm beige can evoke a sense of calm and coziness, reminiscent of a charming cottage. These colors can be used for cabinetry, walls, and even smaller decor items, creating a cohesive look throughout the space. Additionally, incorporating natural hues inspired by wood and stone can enhance the rustic feel, making the kitchen a welcoming environment. In contrast, if you prefer a bolder approach, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of deeper colors like navy blue, forest green, or rich burgundy. These shades can be used as accent colors in cabinetry or as a statement wall, adding depth and sophistication to the kitchen. When paired with lighter colors, these bold hues create a striking contrast that draws attention and adds visual interest. It's essential to balance these darker shades with lighter elements, such as white or cream countertops, to prevent the space from feeling too heavy or enclosed. This interplay of colors can create a dynamic yet harmonious environment. The finish of the colors also plays a significant role in the overall aesthetic. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using matte or eggshell finishes for a more authentic vintage look, as these textures can soften the appearance of the colors and enhance the rustic charm. Glossy finishes, on the other hand, can add a modern touch and are easier to clean, making them suitable for high-traffic areas. When selecting finishes, consider the practical aspects alongside the visual impact, ensuring that the chosen palette complements the kitchen's functionality while maintaining its style. In addition to wall colors and cabinetry, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of incorporating color through accessories and decor. Vintage dishware, textiles, and artwork can introduce vibrant hues and patterns that enhance the overall design. For instance, a collection of colorful vintage plates displayed on open shelves can serve as both functional and decorative elements, adding personality to the kitchen. Textiles, such as curtains, table runners, and cushions, can also introduce color and texture, allowing for easy updates without a complete overhaul of the space. Finally, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to experiment with color while being mindful of the overall vision for the kitchen. A well-chosen color palette can transform a space, making it feel cohesive, inviting, and reflective of personal style. Whether opting for soft, muted tones or bold, deep colors, the key is to ensure that all elements work together harmoniously. By thoughtfully selecting colors that resonate with the rustic vintage theme, you can create a kitchen that not only serves its functional purpose but also becomes a beautiful backdrop for daily life and cherished memories. Incorporating natural materials. In the pursuit of creating a rustic vintage kitchen, the incorporation of natural materials is essential. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights how elements such as wood, stone, and metal can bring warmth and authenticity to the space. Wood, in particular, serves as a foundational material in many rustic designs. From reclaimed wood beams to rustic cabinetry, the natural grain and texture of wood can instantly elevate the aesthetic of the kitchen. Choosing materials with a weathered or distressed finish adds character, making the kitchen feel lived in and inviting. This connection to nature is a hallmark of the rustic vintage style, creating a warm and welcoming atmosphere. Stone is another vital element that can be utilized effectively in a rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using natural stone for countertops, backsplashes, or even flooring. Materials like granite, slate, or limestone not only add durability but also contribute to the organic feel of the space. The unique patterns and textures of stone can serve as focal points, drawing the eye and providing a beautiful contrast to wooden elements. Additionally, incorporating stone can enhance the kitchen's connection to the outdoors, creating a seamless blend between interior and exterior spaces. Metal accents also play a significant role in achieving the desired rustic vintage look. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of materials like wrought iron, copper, and brass to add both functionality and style. These metals can be incorporated in various ways, from light fixtures and cabinet hardware to decorative accents and appliances. For example, a vintage-style copper sink can serve as a stunning centerpiece, while wrought iron shelving can provide practical storage with an artistic flair. The combination of metal with wood and stone creates a rich, layered design that embodies the essence of rustic elegance. In addition to these primary materials, textiles also play an important role in enhancing the rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of incorporating natural fabrics such as linen, cotton, and burlap in curtains, table linens, and cushion covers. These materials not only add softness and warmth but also contribute to the overall texture of the space. Patterns like checks, stripes, or floral prints can evoke a sense of nostalgia, further enhancing the vintage charm. By selecting textiles that complement the natural materials used in the kitchen, a cohesive and inviting environment can be created. Finally, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to embrace the beauty of imperfections found in natural materials. Emphasizing authenticity over perfection allows for a more relaxed and approachable design. Whether it's the knots in a wooden countertop or the uneven surface of a stone backsplash, these features add character and tell a story. By thoughtfully incorporating natural materials, a rustic vintage kitchen can be transformed into a timeless space that reflects personal style while providing a warm and welcoming atmosphere for everyday living. Embracing vintage accessories. In the journey of creating a rustic vintage kitchen, one cannot overlook the importance of vintage accessories. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes that accessories play a pivotal role in enhancing the overall aesthetic of the kitchen. Vintage items such as antique utensils, old-fashioned cookware, and decorative jars can add charm and personality to the space. These accessories not only serve as functional tools but also as conversation pieces that tell a story. Incorporating these elements allows for a seamless blend of nostalgia and practicality, creating a kitchen that feels both lived in and inviting. When selecting vintage accessories, it's essential to focus on pieces that resonate with the rustic vintage theme. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests sourcing items from flea markets, antique shops, or even family heirlooms. Look for unique finds like vintage scales, wooden cutting boards, or ceramic dishes that showcase intricate designs. These items can be displayed on open shelves or hung on walls, adding character and depth to the kitchen. By carefully curating a collection of vintage accessories, the kitchen can reflect individual tastes while maintaining a cohesive design. Another aspect to consider is the use of color and texture in vintage accessories. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights that accessories can introduce new colors and textures into the kitchen, enhancing its overall appeal. For instance, a collection of colorful vintage canisters can brighten up a countertop, while a rustic wooden bowl can add warmth. Mixing and matching different materials, such as glass, metal, and ceramic, creates visual interest and depth. The thoughtful combination of these elements can elevate the kitchen's design, making it feel more dynamic and inviting. Incorporating vintage textiles is also a significant part of the rustic vintage kitchen aesthetic. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of vintage tablecloths, aprons, and dish towels that feature charming patterns or delicate embroidery. These textiles not only add softness to the kitchen but also contribute to the nostalgic feel of the space. Displaying these items in an organized manner, such as hanging them on hooks or folding them neatly in a basket, can enhance the kitchen's decor while keeping it functional. Lastly, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style advocates for the inclusion of personal touches in the form of vintage accessories. These can be items that hold sentimental value or reflect personal interests, such as a collection of cookbooks, framed family recipes, or vintage postcards. Incorporating these personal elements creates a unique atmosphere that resonates with the heart and soul of the kitchen. By embracing vintage accessories, the kitchen transforms into a warm and inviting space that embodies the charm of rustic vintage design while offering a modern elegance that is both timeless and stylish. Creating a cohesive color palette. When designing a rustic vintage kitchen, one of the most critical elements to consider is the color palette. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of a cohesive color scheme that reflects both warmth and charm. A well-thought-out color palette can transform the kitchen into a harmonious space that feels inviting and comfortable. Soft, muted colors such as sage green, dusty blue, and warm beige can evoke a sense of tranquility, while pops of deeper hues, like burgundy or navy, can add depth and character. By selecting colors that complement each other, the kitchen can achieve a seamless blend of rustic and modern aesthetics, creating a timeless style. In addition to choosing a cohesive color palette, it is essential to consider how these colors will be applied throughout the kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using a combination of wall colors, cabinetry, and accents that work together to create a unified look. For instance, painting the walls in a soft, neutral shade while opting for darker cabinetry can create a striking contrast that highlights the rustic elements of the kitchen. Furthermore, incorporating vintage accessories and textiles in similar tones can help tie the entire design together, ensuring that every element feels intentional and thoughtfully curated. Another crucial aspect of color selection is the use of natural materials. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights how wood, stone, and metal can influence the overall color scheme. For example, the warm tones of reclaimed wood can complement a palette of soft greens and creams, while the cool tones of granite countertops can harmonize beautifully with blues and grays. By considering the inherent colors of these materials, the kitchen can achieve a balanced and cohesive look that feels organic and inviting. This approach not only enhances the visual appeal but also reinforces the connection to nature that is central to rustic design. Moreover, the lighting in the kitchen plays a significant role in how colors are perceived. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style advises selecting light fixtures that enhance the color palette rather than detract from it. Warm, ambient lighting can bring out the richness of wood tones and the softness of muted colors, creating a cozy atmosphere that invites relaxation. Additionally, incorporating natural light through windows can further enhance the color scheme, allowing the kitchen to feel bright and airy while showcasing the beauty of the chosen hues. Finally, it is essential to remember that the ultimate goal of the color palette is to create a space that feels uniquely personal and reflective of individual style. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages embracing personal preferences when selecting colors and materials. Whether opting for a more traditional look with classic whites and deep reds or a modern twist with bold accents, the kitchen should resonate with the individual's taste. By thoughtfully curating a cohesive color palette, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen can become a true reflection of personal style, combining the charm of the past with the elegance of contemporary design. Incorporating vintage accessories. In the journey of designing a rustic vintage kitchen, one of the most delightful aspects is the incorporation of vintage accessories. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes that these accessories are not merely decorative, they are storytelling elements that add character and charm to the space. Vintage finds such as antique utensils, old glass jars, and classic cookbooks can serve as focal points, drawing the eye and sparking conversation. When selecting accessories, consider pieces that resonate with personal history or evoke fond memories. This connection to the past enriches the kitchen's atmosphere, making it feel more like a cherished home rather than just a functional space. The arrangement of vintage accessories is equally important in achieving a cohesive look. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests grouping items in a way that creates visual interest without overwhelming the space. For example, a collection of vintage spice jars can be displayed on open shelving, while a rustic wooden bowl can serve as a centerpiece on the countertop. Layering different heights and textures can enhance the overall aesthetic, ensuring that each piece complements rather than competes with others. This thoughtful arrangement allows for a curated feel, showcasing the beauty of each accessory while maintaining a balanced design. Another key consideration is the color and material of the vintage accessories. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of selecting pieces that harmonize with the kitchen's color palette and overall theme. For instance, accessories made from natural materials like wood, ceramic, or metal can enhance the rustic charm of the kitchen. Additionally, choosing items in colors that echo the kitchen's palette can create a more unified look. Vintage accessories should feel like a natural extension of the space, contributing to the overall ambience rather than feeling out of place. Incorporating functional vintage accessories can also enhance the kitchen's usability while maintaining its aesthetic appeal. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of vintage items that serve a purpose, such as a charming wooden cutting board or a set of vintage measuring cups. These functional pieces not only add character but also invite everyday use, bridging the gap between beauty and practicality. By integrating accessories that are both decorative and functional, the kitchen can embody a warm and inviting atmosphere that encourages culinary creativity. Finally, the emotional connection to vintage accessories cannot be overlooked. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style reminds us that these items often carry stories and memories, making them more than just decor. Whether it's an heirloom teapot passed down through generations or a vintage sign that evokes nostalgia, each piece adds a layer of sentiment to the kitchen. By curating a collection of vintage accessories that resonate on a personal level, the kitchen transforms into a space that reflects individuality and warmth, creating an environment where everyone feels welcome. This emotional depth is what truly makes a rustic vintage kitchen a timeless style, blending modern elegance with cozy cottage charm. Emphasizing natural elements. In the design of a rustic vintage kitchen, the emphasis on natural elements plays a crucial role in creating a cozy and inviting atmosphere. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of integrating materials that reflect the beauty of nature. This can include using reclaimed wood for cabinetry, stone for countertops, and natural fibers for textiles. These elements not only add texture and warmth to the space but also create a harmonious connection to the outdoors. By incorporating natural materials, the kitchen transforms into a sanctuary that feels both grounded and serene, inviting those who enter to appreciate the simplicity and elegance of nature. The color palette chosen for a rustic vintage kitchen should also reflect the beauty of the natural world. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using earthy tones such as soft greens, warm browns, and muted grays to create a calming environment. These colors can evoke the feeling of being surrounded by nature, enhancing the overall aesthetic of the kitchen. Additionally, incorporating natural light through large windows or skylights can further amplify this connection, allowing the beauty of the outside world to flow seamlessly into the kitchen. This integration of color and light fosters a sense of tranquility, making the kitchen a delightful space for cooking and gathering. Incorporating plants into the kitchen is another effective way to emphasize natural elements. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of herbs, succulents, and other greenery to bring life and freshness into the space. Not only do plants enhance the visual appeal of the kitchen, but they also improve air quality and can even be used in cooking. A small herb garden on the windowsill or hanging planters can create a vibrant focal point while reinforcing the theme of natural beauty. This living decor adds a dynamic element to the kitchen, reminding everyone of the connection between food, nature, and home. The use of natural textures is also a vital aspect of the rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of combining various textures to create depth and interest. For instance, pairing smooth ceramic dishes with rough-hewn wooden cutting boards or woven baskets can create a tactile experience that enhances the kitchen's charm. These contrasting textures add layers to the design, making the space feel more inviting and lived in. This thoughtful approach to texture not only elevates the aesthetic but also encourages interaction, as individuals are drawn to touch and engage with the various elements present in the kitchen. Finally, the emotional connection to nature is a significant aspect of the Rustic Vintage Kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style reminds us that creating a space that emphasizes natural elements fosters a sense of peace and well-being. Being surrounded by nature, even in a small kitchen, can evoke feelings of comfort and nostalgia. This connection to the natural world can inspire creativity in cooking and entertaining, making the kitchen a central hub for gathering and enjoyment. By emphasizing natural elements, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen becomes more than just a functional space. It transforms into a sanctuary where memories are made, and the simple joys of life are celebrated. Creating functional spaces. In the heart of any home, the kitchen serves not only as a place for cooking but also as a hub for social interaction and creativity. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of creating functional spaces that cater to various activities. A well-designed kitchen should seamlessly blend functionality with aesthetic appeal, ensuring that every element serves a purpose while contributing to the overall charm of the space. By focusing on functionality, you can enhance the kitchen's usability, making it a welcoming environment for both culinary adventures and casual gatherings. One of the key aspects of a functional kitchen is the layout. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style advocates for an efficient kitchen triangle design, where the stove, sink, and refrigerator are positioned within easy reach of one another. This layout minimizes unnecessary movement, allowing for a smoother workflow during meal preparation. Additionally, incorporating ample counter space is essential for food prep and serving. Consider using a kitchen island or a large farmhouse table as a central workspace that can double as a dining area. This multifunctional approach not only enhances the kitchen's practicality but also fosters a sense of togetherness during mealtimes. Storage solutions are another critical element in creating a functional kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests utilizing open shelving, cabinets, and vintage storage containers to keep the space organized and clutter-free. Open shelves can display beautiful dishware, cookbooks, and decorative items, while closed cabinets can house less visually appealing essentials. Vintage jars and baskets can serve as stylish storage options for dry goods, utensils, and kitchen tools. This thoughtful organization not only improves accessibility but also adds to the rustic charm of the kitchen, making it feel warm and inviting. In addition to layout and storage, incorporating modern appliances that blend seamlessly with vintage aesthetics can enhance the kitchen's functionality. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of appliances that are both efficient and stylish. For instance, consider retro-style refrigerators or vintage-inspired ranges that offer modern performance without sacrificing charm. These appliances can serve as statement pieces, enhancing the kitchen's overall design while providing the necessary functionality for everyday cooking. By choosing appliances that complement the rustic vintage theme, you can achieve a cohesive look that feels both contemporary and timeless. Lastly, creating a functional kitchen also involves considering the flow of movement within the space. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of ensuring that pathways are clear and that there is enough space for multiple individuals to navigate comfortably. This can be achieved by maintaining adequate spacing between cabinets, appliances, and islands. Additionally, incorporating seating options, such as bar stools or a cozy breakfast nook, can encourage social interaction while keeping the kitchen functional. By prioritizing flow and comfort, you create a kitchen that is not only beautiful but also practical, allowing for effortless cooking and enjoyable gatherings. Choosing the right color palette. The color palette you choose for your kitchen can significantly influence the overall atmosphere and style of the space. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, selecting colors that evoke warmth and comfort is essential. Earthy tones such as soft greens, muted browns, and creamy whites can create a serene backdrop that complements rustic elements while also providing a modern touch. These colors not only enhance the aesthetic appeal but also promote a cozy environment that invites creativity and social interaction. When selecting your palette, consider how each color harmonizes with the materials and textures present in your kitchen. Incorporating accents of color can further elevate your kitchen's design. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using vibrant hues as accents through accessories like dishware, textiles, or decorative items. For instance, a bright red or deep blue can add a pop of color against a neutral backdrop, drawing attention to specific areas or features within the kitchen. This approach allows for flexibility in your design, as you can easily update or change these accents over time without a complete overhaul. By thoughtfully integrating accent colors, you create a dynamic space that feels lively and inviting. Another important consideration in your color selection is the impact of light on your chosen hues. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of understanding how natural and artificial light can affect the appearance of colors throughout the day. For example, a color that appears warm and inviting in the morning sun may look different in the evening light. To ensure a cohesive look, test paint samples in various lighting conditions before making a final decision. This will help you visualize how the colors interact with each other and the overall ambience of the kitchen. When it comes to cabinetry and larger surfaces, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style recommends choosing colors that are both timeless and versatile. Soft whites, pale grays, and muted earth tones can serve as a solid foundation for your kitchen design, allowing for easy coordination with various decorative elements. These colors not only provide a classic look but also enhance the sense of space and light within the kitchen. Additionally, opting for a matte or satin finish can add a touch of elegance while maintaining a rustic charm. Lastly, don't forget the importance of personal expression in your color choices. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages you to incorporate colors that resonate with your personality and style. Whether you prefer a more subdued palette or bold, vibrant hues, your kitchen should reflect your tastes and preferences. By selecting colors that make you feel comfortable and inspired, you can create a space that not only looks beautiful but also feels like home. Remember, the right color palette will enhance the overall design while ensuring that your kitchen remains a functional and inviting space for all who enter. Incorporating textures for depth and interest. When designing a kitchen, texture plays a pivotal role in creating a visually engaging space. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, incorporating various textures can add depth and character to your kitchen. Think about the different materials you can use, such as wood, metal, stone, and textiles. Each of these elements contributes to the overall feel of the kitchen, enhancing its rustic charm while still allowing for modern elegance. For instance, a wooden farmhouse table paired with sleek metal chairs can create a beautiful contrast, making the space feel both cozy and stylish. One effective way to introduce texture is through cabinetry and finishes. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests selecting cabinetry that features natural wood grains or distressed finishes. These choices not only add visual interest but also evoke a sense of history and warmth. Additionally, consider incorporating open shelving made from reclaimed wood, which can showcase decorative items while adding an organic touch to the space. This blend of textures creates a layered look that feels inviting and homey, making it perfect for a kitchen where culinary creativity can thrive. Countertops also provide an excellent opportunity to introduce texture into your kitchen design. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style recommends materials like butcher block, honed granite, or quartz with a matte finish. These options not only offer durability and functionality but also contribute to the overall aesthetic. A butcher block countertop, for example, adds warmth and a rustic feel, while honed granite can introduce a touch of sophistication. By carefully selecting your countertop material, you can create a focal point that enhances the kitchen's charm and character. Textiles are another essential component when it comes to adding texture. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of incorporating soft furnishings such as curtains, cushions, and table linens. These elements can soften the hard surfaces of a kitchen, creating a more inviting atmosphere. Opt for natural fabrics like linen or cotton in earthy tones or subtle patterns to maintain the rustic aesthetic while adding comfort. Moreover, layering different textiles can create a cozy and lived-in feel, making the kitchen a welcoming space for gatherings and culinary adventures. Finally, don't overlook the impact of decorative accessories in enhancing texture throughout your kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages the use of items such as woven baskets, ceramic pots, and metal accents. These accessories not only serve practical purposes but also add visual layers to your design. For example, a collection of vintage jars can be displayed on a shelf or countertop, bringing both functionality and charm to the space. By thoughtfully integrating various textures through materials, finishes, and accessories, you can create a kitchen that is rich in character and timeless in style. Choosing the right accessories for a cohesive look. Accessories are the finishing touches that can transform a kitchen from ordinary to extraordinary. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, selecting the right accessories is crucial for creating a cohesive and inviting atmosphere. The key is to choose items that reflect the rustic charm and modern elegance of the overall design. Start by considering the color palette established in previous sections, ensuring that your accessories complement and enhance these tones. For instance, if the kitchen features warm earth tones, consider accessories in similar hues or subtle contrasts to maintain harmony throughout the space. When selecting accessories, think about functionality as well as aesthetics. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests incorporating items that serve a purpose while also looking beautiful. For example, decorative bowls can be used for fruits or vegetables, while stylish cutting boards can double as art pieces when displayed on countertops. This approach not only adds visual interest but also ensures that the kitchen remains practical and functional for everyday use. By choosing accessories that marry form and function, you can create a space that is both beautiful and livable. Another important aspect to consider is the scale of the accessories in relation to the kitchen size. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the need for balance when it comes to accessory selection. Large statement pieces, such as a vintage clock or an oversized wall art, can serve as focal points in a spacious kitchen, while smaller items like herb planters or spice jars can add charm to compact spaces. It's essential to create a visual rhythm by mixing different sizes and shapes, ensuring that the accessories work together to enhance the overall design without overwhelming the space. Texture is also a vital consideration when choosing accessories. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages incorporating a variety of materials to create a layered and inviting look. Mixing ceramic, glass, wood, and metal can add depth and interest, making the kitchen feel more dynamic. For instance, a wooden fruit bowl paired with ceramic dishware and metal canisters can create a beautiful contrast that enhances the rustic vintage theme. Additionally, consider the finish of each accessory. Matte, glossy, or textured surfaces can all contribute to the overall aesthetic and feel of the kitchen. Finally, don't forget the power of greenery in your accessory choices. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the importance of incorporating plants to bring life and freshness into the kitchen. Consider using potted herbs, hanging plants, or even a small indoor garden to add a touch of nature. Not only do plants enhance the visual appeal of the space, but they also contribute to a healthier indoor environment. By thoughtfully selecting accessories that reflect your personal style while adhering to the principles of rustic vintage and modern elegance, you can create a cohesive and inviting kitchen that feels like home. Creating a functional layout for everyday use. Designing a functional layout is essential for any kitchen, and in the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, this principle is paramount. A well-thought-out layout not only enhances the aesthetic appeal of the kitchen but also improves its usability. Start by analyzing the kitchen's workflow, which typically follows the classic work triangle concept. The sink, stove, and refrigerator should be positioned in a triangular layout to facilitate ease of movement. This arrangement allows for efficient meal preparation, making daily cooking tasks more enjoyable and less cumbersome. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, it's important to consider the available space and how to maximize it. For smaller kitchens, open shelving can be a great way to create an illusion of space while providing easy access to frequently used items. In contrast, larger kitchens can benefit from an island or a peninsula that serves as both a workspace and a gathering spot. This not only adds functionality but also encourages social interaction, making the kitchen a central hub for entertaining and family gatherings. Storage solutions play a significant role in the layout of a rustic vintage kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of incorporating practical storage options that blend seamlessly with the overall design. Consider using vintage-inspired cabinets with glass fronts to display beautiful dishware or open shelving to showcase decorative items. Additionally, incorporating pull-out drawers and hidden compartments can help maintain a clean and organized look, ensuring that the kitchen remains clutter-free while providing ample storage for kitchen essentials. Another critical aspect of a functional kitchen layout is the inclusion of adequate countertop space. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests ensuring that there are enough surfaces for food preparation, cooking, and serving. This can be achieved by strategically placing countertops near the stove and sink, as well as utilizing kitchen islands or breakfast bars for additional workspace. Incorporating different countertop materials, such as butcher block for cutting and granite for baking, can also enhance both functionality and aesthetics, creating a well-rounded kitchen environment. Finally, the layout should consider the overall flow and accessibility of the space. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages creating clear pathways that allow for easy movement between different kitchen zones. This can be achieved by ensuring that there is sufficient space between cabinets, appliances, and islands. Additionally, placing frequently used items within easy reach can enhance efficiency, making everyday tasks more manageable. By thoughtfully designing a functional layout that prioritizes both usability and style, you can create a rustic vintage kitchen that is not only beautiful but also perfectly suited for everyday living. Incorporating color and texture for visual appeal. Color and texture are vital components in achieving a captivating design in any kitchen. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, the careful selection of colors can transform the ambience of the space. A cohesive color palette that combines warm neutrals with pops of color can create an inviting atmosphere. Soft whites, muted greens, and earthy browns can evoke a rustic charm, while accents of deep blue or rich red can add character and vibrancy. The key is to balance these colors harmoniously, ensuring that each element complements the others without overwhelming the senses. Texture plays an equally important role in the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style. The interplay of various materials can create depth and interest in the design. For example, pairing smooth, polished countertops with rough-hewn wooden cabinets adds a tactile contrast that is visually appealing. Incorporating textiles like woven baskets, linen curtains, or even patterned dish towels can soften the hard surfaces and introduce a cozy element. This combination of textures not only enhances the aesthetic but also contributes to a warm and welcoming environment that encourages culinary creativity. In addition to color and texture, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of incorporating decorative elements that enhance the overall design. Vintage accessories, such as antique scales, old cookbooks, or rustic pottery, can serve as focal points that tell a story and add personality to the kitchen. Displaying these items on open shelves or countertops can create visual interest while also making the space feel lived in and authentic. The careful curation of these decorative pieces can reflect personal style and contribute to the kitchen's unique character. Lighting also plays a critical role in how color and texture are perceived in the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style. While the focus here is on avoiding direct lighting discussions, it is essential to consider how natural light interacts with the chosen colors and textures. Large windows or strategically placed mirrors can help maximize natural light, enhancing the vibrancy of colors and the richness of textures. This interplay between light and design elements can create a dynamic atmosphere that changes throughout the day, making the kitchen feel alive and inviting. Finally, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages experimentation with color and texture to find the perfect balance that resonates with personal taste. Don't hesitate to try bold color choices or mix different textures until you achieve a cohesive look that feels right. Whether it's through a striking backsplash, colorful dishware, or textured wall treatments, the possibilities are endless. The goal is to create a kitchen that not only serves its functional purpose but also reflects individual style and fosters a sense of comfort and joy in the heart of the home. Choosing functional and stylish appliances. When designing a kitchen, selecting the right appliances is crucial for achieving both functionality and style. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, the integration of appliances should complement the overall aesthetic while providing the necessary features for everyday cooking and entertaining. Opting for appliances that blend seamlessly with rustic vintage decor can enhance the kitchen's charm. For instance, consider choosing retro-style refrigerators or vintage-inspired ranges that evoke a sense of nostalgia while offering modern efficiency. These appliances not only serve their practical purpose but also contribute to the kitchen's visual narrative. In addition to aesthetics, functionality is paramount in the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style. When selecting appliances, it is essential to evaluate their efficiency and ease of use. Energy-efficient models can help reduce utility bills and environmental impact, making them a smart choice for any kitchen. Features such as smart technology, intuitive controls, and multifunctional capabilities can greatly enhance the cooking experience. For example, a convection oven can provide faster cooking times and more even baking, while a high-quality dishwasher can simplify cleanup after family meals or gatherings. Balancing style with functionality ensures that the kitchen remains a practical space for culinary endeavors. Moreover, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of integrating appliances into the kitchen's layout. Built-in appliances can create a streamlined look, allowing for a cohesive design that feels intentional and organized. For instance, a built-in microwave can be tucked away in cabinetry, freeing up counter space and maintaining the kitchen's rustic charm. Additionally, strategically placing appliances within easy reach of work areas can improve workflow and efficiency during meal preparation. Thoughtful placement not only enhances usability but also contributes to the kitchen's overall aesthetic appeal. The color and finish of appliances play a significant role in the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style. Stainless steel appliances offer a modern touch that can complement rustic elements, while matte black or vintage cream finishes can add character and warmth. Choosing appliances that align with the kitchen's color palette can create a harmonious look. For example, pairing a classic white farmhouse sink with matching white appliances can evoke a timeless elegance, while contrasting finishes can create a more eclectic vibe. The right combination of colors and finishes can elevate the kitchen's design, making it a true reflection of personal style. Finally, the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to invest in high-quality appliances that stand the test of time. While it may be tempting to opt for lower-priced options, investing in durable, well-crafted appliances can save money in the long run. Quality appliances not only perform better but also contribute to the overall value of the kitchen. By selecting appliances that marry functionality with timeless design, the kitchen can become a cherished space for cooking, entertaining, and creating lasting memories. Emphasizing open shelving for display and functionality. Open shelving has become a popular trend in kitchen design, and for good reason. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, open shelving serves as a practical solution for storage while simultaneously enhancing the aesthetic appeal of the space. Unlike traditional cabinetry, open shelves provide an opportunity to showcase beautiful dishware, vintage collectibles, and decorative items that reflect personal style. This approach not only makes frequently used items easily accessible but also transforms everyday kitchen essentials into an integral part of the decor. By carefully selecting what to display, homeowners can create a curated look that adds character to the kitchen. Incorporating open shelving into the kitchen design also encourages creativity and personalization. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of making the space feel unique and inviting. Open shelves allow for a dynamic display of colors, textures, and shapes that can be changed with the seasons or as tastes evolve. For example, vibrant dishware can be mixed with rustic wooden bowls and vintage jars, creating a visually stimulating environment that invites exploration. This flexibility not only enhances the kitchen's charm but also fosters a sense of ownership and pride in one's culinary space. Moreover, open shelving can contribute to the overall functionality of the kitchen. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, the strategic placement of open shelves can optimize workflow during meal preparation and cooking. By keeping essential items within reach, such as spices, oils, and cooking utensils, open shelving can make the cooking process more efficient. Additionally, incorporating shelves near the dining area can facilitate easy access to serving dishes and glassware when hosting gatherings. This thoughtful arrangement promotes a seamless flow between cooking and entertaining, making the kitchen a true hub of activity. The design and materials used for open shelving are also crucial in achieving the desired aesthetic. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using reclaimed wood or metal brackets to create a rustic yet elegant look. These materials can enhance the vintage charm of the kitchen while ensuring durability and functionality. Furthermore, the choice of shelf depth and spacing can impact both the visual appeal and practicality of the shelves. Deeper shelves can accommodate larger items, while narrower shelves can be used for smaller decorative pieces, allowing for a balanced display that draws the eye. Finally, maintaining an organized and cohesive look on open shelves is essential to avoid a cluttered appearance. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style encourages homeowners to regularly assess and rearrange their displays to keep the shelves looking fresh and inviting. Grouping items by color, size, or theme can create a harmonious look that enhances the overall design of the kitchen. Additionally, incorporating decorative elements such as plants, artwork, or framed photos can add depth and interest to the shelves, further elevating the kitchen's aesthetic. By embracing open shelving, homeowners can achieve a beautiful balance of display and functionality that reflects their personal style and enhances the timeless elegance of their kitchen. Selecting the right color palette for your rustic vintage kitchen. Choosing the right color palette is a crucial step in creating a cohesive and inviting space, especially in a rustic vintage kitchen. In the Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style, color selection plays a significant role in establishing the overall mood and character of the kitchen. Earthy tones, soft pastels, and classic neutrals are often favored in rustic designs, as they evoke a sense of warmth and comfort. Shades such as warm beige, soft greens, muted blues, and creamy whites can create a soothing backdrop that complements the vintage elements of the kitchen. By carefully considering the colors used on walls, cabinetry, and accents, homeowners can set the tone for a cozy and welcoming environment. In addition to the base colors, incorporating accent colors can enhance the visual interest of the kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style suggests using bolder hues for accessories, textiles, or even a feature wall. For instance, a rich terracotta or deep navy blue can serve as an eye-catching contrast to the soft, neutral tones. These accent colors can be introduced through items like dishware, kitchen towels, or decorative pieces displayed on open shelving. This strategy not only adds depth to the design but also allows for personal expression and creativity within the rustic aesthetic. When selecting a color palette, it is essential to consider the natural light available in the kitchen. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style emphasizes the importance of light in influencing how colors appear in the space. A kitchen that receives ample natural light may benefit from lighter colors that reflect that brightness, while a more dimly lit kitchen might require warmer shades to create a cozy atmosphere. Additionally, the choice of finishes, such as matte or glossy, can affect how colors are perceived, making it vital to test samples in the actual space before committing to a final palette. Another important aspect of color selection is ensuring harmony between the kitchen and adjoining spaces. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style highlights the need for a cohesive look throughout the home. This can be achieved by choosing colors that complement the adjacent rooms, creating a seamless flow. For example, if the living area features soft gray tones, incorporating similar shades in the kitchen can enhance the overall aesthetic. Conversely, a bold color choice in the kitchen can serve as a focal point that draws the eye and adds character to the home. Finally, incorporating textures and materials into the color palette can elevate the Rustic Vintage Kitchen's design. The Rustic Vintage Kitchen Guide, Cozy Cottage and Modern Elegance for a Timeless Style recommends mixing different textures, such as wood, metal, and textiles, to create a layered and dynamic look. For instance, pairing rustic wooden cabinetry with sleek metal fixtures can create a beautiful contrast that enhances the kitchen's charm. Additionally, using textiles like woven baskets or linen curtains can add softness and warmth, further enriching the color palette. By thoughtfully selecting colors and textures, homeowners can achieve a timeless and elegant kitchen that reflects their style while embracing the cozy, rustic vintage aesthetic.